I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. From the brother Shaman, the Great Millstone, Chicago. I just had a quick hit. We were going over something, and we had an older brother. He said, he made a statement. He said, the Lord blessed me to put a new wine in an old bottle. All right, and we know according to the scriptures, you can't do that. You can't put new wine in an old bottle. I just wanted to bring out a couple of points on that because he's not an old bottle. Just because you're an older man, or you might wake up and you're in your 40s or 50s. Hey, it's still like say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can, but hey, the Spirit maketh all things new. All right, and I just want to hit a couple of points. This is Matthew 9 and 14. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not? And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth into an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish, and they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. And I remember reading that and saying, well, why would new wine destroy a old bottle? You know what I'm saying? I think I've refilled a bottle before, which once you look it up, you see that it wasn't talking about a bottle, like a glass bottle, because that technology is a little newer, but it was actually talking about wine skins, because that was the custom. That was what was used at the time in those wine skins. I had a quick science lesson from an article, which I was thinking on this, and the thing that popped in my mind was oxidation. You know what I'm saying? You leave wine in somewhere for so long, and then it kind of fizzles, and then you put some new wine or something in there, and then that oxidizes the membrane of that skin, and it causes it to weaken, which that's basically what happens. All right, this says partially fermented wine. The must was stored in wine skins, but as the fermentation process continued, it produced more gases and so stretched the wine skin, which was made from the hide of a goat. An old skin, which was no longer elastic, could not stretch for this new wine, so you would need to use new skins for the current year's wine production. Exactly. Yeah, the fermentation process, the bubbles, right, and all that, they cause that skin to stretch. All right, and then, like I said, that skin can only stretch so much before it breaks. All right, so that's like us, man. You have to come into this knowledge no matter what age you are. The scriptures say to inform the aged. It talks about that. And no matter how old you are or how many years you've been doing whatever, when this word gets to you, this gospel enters you, you're a new man. All right, you're a new creature. All right, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, old things have become new. All right, and that's what we're doing. We're going into the old paths. As for where's the old way, which is the new way. Okay, we're being given the Lord's an ancient name from the beginning. His new name, okay, is refreshed. He's been given that new name, which that's kainos. But then another word for new, when it talks about new wine, that's neos. All right, but we're receiving that new name, that refreshed name, receiving all of these things which are new, which are really old. Right? Because we had somebody, I remember we were preaching one time, we had somebody come up talking about Hey man, I'm old school. We said, well shit, this is ancient school, man. This is this is before you. All right, so no matter which the scriptures does not undermine common sense. All right, but no matter what you think, you feel, or what you've read, everything has to filter through the correct understanding of the scriptures. All right, all the shit that you did in the world, which you thought amounted to something, or had certain amount of stock, it don't mean shit. All right, so you have to become a new creature. You got to put that shit away. You gotta become new again. You gotta become as a little child. Okay, and understanding, what does it say? And malice be as children, and understanding be as men. Right, but the thing about children, children are always open to learning. Right, children are always open to learning and understanding things and growing. And that's why not a lot of older men can come in and receive this, because they're stuck in their ways. They've been doing things which they know in their mind has been unsuccessful for a certain amount of time, and they refuse to change. Okay, they're that old bottle, that old skin. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7, and it's talking about wisdom. It said, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets. All right, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So there you go. You're looking for the love of the Father, you have to be made new. All right, you have to receive this gospel and get rid of that old, the old, out with the old, in with the new. All right, and that's what happened, man. We just went through a process of getting all that old leaven out. All right, and shit, just a testimony, right after that, I had some pasta, and it did not sit right at all, which I regret doing. All right, because shit, I going forward, man, I'm going to try to keep that leaven out. I'm going to try to, stick closer to this kind of diet. Right? And that's what the Lord is doing with his house, man. It's constantly sifting his house. And then he'll do a big sift around this time period. But then, shit, as of recently, he's been sifting heavily all year. All right? And then, hey, the scriptures say Satan desires to sift you, man. Satan sees the power. He sees this kingdom is going out. All of these ways are becoming through, and he desires to make you do some nigga shit so you can be sifted out too. All right, so I can hold fast, continue to pray, fast. You know what I'm saying? Keep discipline in these times. All right, make sure that you're being receptive to the gospel, and you don't get to a plateau. All right, now the scriptures talk about ever learning. But when it says ever learning and never coming to the truth. All right, so there's a certain context to that. All right, we continue to learn, but we continue to grow, and we're coming to the truth. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.